Hey everyone, today we're going to be showing you how to change out your tie rod end on your Honda Talon. So with that, there's three things that can go wrong. You could have a torn boot, you could have play in the tie rod end, or you could have a combination of both. So if you have a torn boot, just when you're doing your routine maintenance, you just want to do a visual inspection and check for that. But if you suspect that you have play in there, what you want to do is raise the machine off the ground. You're going to rock the wheel side to side and have a spotter looking at that joint to see if there's any play in there. If there is, you're going to feel that in the steering wheel. It'll have a little bit of slop. So that's what you want to check for if you suspect you have a bad ball joint. This is something that's simple to do. Let's go ahead and get started. To start out, we're going to loosen up our lug nuts, and then we can use our UTV jack to lift the front wheel off the ground. This one has a locking mechanism on it. But if you don't have one of these lifts, you can use a jack and jack stands. Then go ahead and remove the wheel to gain access to your tie rod end. Once you have the wheel off, I've got the steering turned all the way to the left. Then I'm going to take my 17mm combo wrench, put that onto the tie rod, and then this jam nut, we're going to loosen it up with our 22mm wrench. And I'm going to turn this clockwise to loosen it. Just like that. Next, we have a cotter pin underneath the tie rod end ball joint. I'm going to use my 14mm socket to loosen up this nut, and I'm going to back it all the way out until it's flush with the end of that ball joint. Next, I've got my ball joint separator tool. These are in there pretty tight, so I highly recommend using one of these. You want to grease the threads, and then this notched out part, that's going to sit next to the boot. And just so you guys can see what's going on, this bottom piece, that's pressing on the bottom of the joint, and that's going to pop that tie rod end out of the knuckle. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down, and this joint should pop apart. Okay, so with that separated, you can remove the nut the rest of the way, pull that up, and from here, this is the important part, you want to count how many threads this is in so your alignment is almost exactly where it was when you took it off. And we're going to be turning this clockwise to remove it. Now we need to transfer this nut onto the new one. I'm going all the way down on that. And I'm taking some anti-seize to these threads. I just want to make sure nothing seizes up. And then we'll go in 15 threads or 15 turns. We'll get the jam nut close. And then we need to make sure that the taper on the knuckle is clean as well as the taper on the ball joint. So I'm using just a little bit of contact cleaner on the rag. I'm going to wipe any grease off. Then with that clean, we'll drop that new tie rod end down in place. Reinstall the nut. 2019 to 2022, that's going to be 25 foot-pounds. 23 and newer, you're going to be 41 foot-pounds. And then don't forget to reinstall the cotter pin. So now for the tie rod end, you want to make sure that ball joint is in a neutral position. So right in the middle right there. Then we're going to tighten down this jam nut. So that's going to be our 17mm wrench, and then the 22 on the jam nut. From here we can go ahead and reinstall the wheel, thread those lug nuts on, and then torque these to 80 foot-pounds. At this point, it's recommended to double check your alignment. You'll want to reference your manual for that information. We also have an ATV alignment video that can help you out. That's how you change out the tie rod end on your Honda Talon. If you have any questions, leave those down in the comments. If you need a new tie rod end or anything else for your machine, we have those parts on our website. So click the link in the description below, go check them out. We offer free shipping on orders over $75. So take advantage of that and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.